I'm really bright. Do I look really bright? Do I look washed out? Let's just go with it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a full look at some products that I've recently used up in the fall and a little bit of winter time that I want to share with you all and whether I would repurchase them or not. I've got a good range of products here today and quite a number of them as well. Some of them I even have duplicates, so like I really liked those ones. But yeah, if you want to see what I've been loving and whether or not I recommend them, then just keep on watching. All right, so I think I'm going to start with makeup and then kind of move on to skincare and like miscellaneous items, which I decided to just throw in because I want to talk about them. They're products that I always buy and like using. So let's just jump right in, starting with the skin. This should be no surprise. I'm sure this was in my previous products I've used up videos as well, but it's honestly the only foundation that I seem to ever use up completely. This little guy, it is a ride or die for me. This is a staple foundation. I already have repurchased it, and I've repurchased it in 220 and in 230 because I just can't live without this guy. This is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me Foundation. This is in the shade 220, which is normally my go-to shade, but sometimes I like to dab into 230 as well, especially in the summer months when I'm a little bit more bronze and tan, so I like to go into 230, but this one here is a 220. The only con of this product, honestly, is the fact that it doesn't have a pump, so it kind of makes it using all of it up really, really difficult, but I do get a heck of a lot out of it. It lasts a good amount of time. I love this for an everyday foundation, but it's also a really great going out foundation because one, the coverage is pretty phenomenal. It really does give a nice, beautiful finish to the skin, and it lasts a long time. So I know it says it's matte. I personally feel like it's more of a natural finish, but dang, it is so good. Moving right along, something that I find I go through like no one's business is concealer. I personally don't think I use that much concealer, but man, I go through these things like no one's business. So one that I clearly love, the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This stuff is so amazing. It is a complete dupe, in my opinion, for the NARS Creamy Concealer. Don't bother wasting your money on that. Save your money, go buy this one. It's like less than $10 at the drugstore, and it is phenomenal. I have one that's 20 Sand, which I really like, but I've actually recently been loving 10 Light. It's just a little bit brighter under the eyes, just looks really, really beautiful, especially mixed with 220 the foundation. So love these guys. The applicator's phenomenal. It's just a must in my collection. I need to have at least one, clearly, because I like to use it a lot. It's so good. I really do enjoy it. Another concealer that I'm absolutely obsessed with, I talk about this one. I talk about both of those. I talk about so much. It's like a broken record. Anyways, this is the Mary Kay Perfecting Concealer. I'm in this shade Light Beige. I love this concealer. It's such a nice consistency. It applies really well. It blends out beautifully under the eyes, and it does a great job of concealing any imperfections, blemishes, you know, that kind of thing that we don't want shown. It does a really good job. It's kind of an all-around versatile concealer. The consistency is beautiful, and it also doesn't crease at all in the day. I love that. I don't like makeup that I have to touch up during the day. It just drives me nuts. I just want something that's gonna last. That's it. It's not too much to ask for. Finally, I have another concealer. This used to be like one of my favorite concealers of all time. This is the NYX HD concealer. I'm in the shade Glow. I don't know what happened between last year when I was loving it to this year right now, or the last couple of months, but I didn't love it. I didn't mind it, but I didn't love it. I find that the applicator is like pointy, or at least a little bit more sharp than other applicators that I'm more used to. And I also find that it doesn't distribute the product that well. So obviously I've moved on, I've grown from this product, I'm enjoying others a little bit more than I'm enjoying this one. So this one, I recommend it. If you're looking for a drugstore concealer, this one is a good one. It's not as high as in coverage, and I just find that there's a few nicks in there. Nicks. I just find that there's a few dilemmas that I faced while challenges that I faced while trying to use this concealer. So I will not be repurchasing this one, at least not in the near future. But hey, you never know, maybe I'll go back to it again next year. Moving on, I have another face product here. This is a high-end product, which is totally not like me, but this is one of my favorite powder foundations. In my last video, I showed you guys a little bit of my everyday routine, which includes a lot of concealer and then a little bit of powder foundation. This one has been my go-to one. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro. I'm in the shade Golden Nude. I love this guy. It's not all the way done, but it's really, I'm struggling to get product out. I'm gonna be able to use it up probably for the rest of this month, and then I'm gonna have to separate my ways. I would definitely repurchase this guy. It is a little bit more pricey. At this point, I feel like I have another powder foundation from my last video that I'm really enjoying, so I don't think I'll repurchase it right away, but I do see myself wanting to go back to it because it's such a beautiful finish. It doesn't look cakey. It really lasts all day, gives a nice coverage, but nothing too much. So it is definitely a wonderful product that I do see myself having in my collection again in the near future, but it's not like I need it right now type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I can make other products work just as well as this one, but this one is really good. Maybelline Total Temptation Mascara. Absolutely obsessed with this guy. I'm actually using right now the waterproof version and really liking it, especially on my lower lash line. I love it. It really doesn't budge. It stays put. It's beautiful. Honestly, I find that the application and the way that my lashes actually look and all that, it's the same from waterproof to regular. I love this mascara. It makes my lashes look so long, thick, and voluminous. I can't say enough things, and it's super affordable, so I love this mascara. It's so good. Highly recommend it. And if you are somebody who likes waterproof mascara, and then I highly recommend the Total Temptation waterproof version, which is the blue one like this. Second is a little bit more of a pricey mascara, but it really is beautiful and worth the money. This is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara. I would repurchase this. I'm not someone who typically will buy a high-end mascara, but it is so good that if I was in Sephora and I was like, hey, I need a mascara, this is the one that I would grab. Hands down. I don't love a heck of a lot of high-end mascaras, but this one is so good. The last two are mascaras that actually didn't work for me at all. The first one was the Voluminous Superstar X Fiber. The actual result is perfect, but I just can't stand the two-step process. I just can't. I find that it takes forever. I have to be so concentrated because if one step dries too quickly, then this next step doesn't work as well. I don't love it for those reasons. The end result is really nice, but because of the two-step, it kind of turns me away from it. So this one here, I would probably not repurchase it just because of that fact, and because a lot of other mascaras give me that same result with just one step. The next one is the Essence Rock and Doll. This is the Crazy Triple XL Volume Mascara. This one didn't work for me. It just dried out really quickly. I didn't love the wand. As you guys can see, the wand, maybe you guys can't see it on camera, but the wand got really gunked up. You can barely see the bristles because the actual mascara formula dried to the bristles. It just made applying mascara super messy. I got it everywhere, so I really was turned off by this mascara, and I don't really recommend it, and I personally would not repurchase it. So that actually concludes all the makeup. So moving on to skincare, hair, and one kind of like totally random one. Skincare, this is the Bioderma Micellar Water. I love this stuff. It is so good, but I do think that the Garnier one is a complete dupe. So if you are interested in trying a micellar water, I highly recommend the Garnier one. It is a fraction of the price. I think it's like more than half off. I was actually telling one of my colleagues about this the other day. It is more than half off, and it's the exact same thing. Like, I find on my skin personally, I have the same results from using the Garnier one as to this one, which is the Bioderma one. The actual packaging is very similar. Like, everything is very similar, and it is worth it to just go ahead and purchase the Garnier one as opposed to the Bioderma one. I've never had any reactions, like negative reactions skin-wise, to the Garnier one. So personally, yes, this product is phenomenal, but again, the Garnier one is a complete dupe for it. So I have been repurchasing that one so many times, and I really love it. It's such a good one. I've repurchased this guy so many times. It's literally the only hairspray I use nowadays. This is the L'Oreal ELNETT Satin. It sprays onto your hair so evenly, and it does not feel crunchy. Like you can run your fingers through your hair perfectly, but then your hair still holds like a really strong curl. So that's why I really love it. I know that they have different levels. This one here is Stronghold, and it's my favorite. Last but not least, I have a hand soap. I usually just toss these in the garbage, but I just recently used this one up, and I always kept it in my bathroom and would stare at it every single day and kept saying I'm keeping it for my products I've used up because I really want to talk about it. So I always buy Bath & Body Works soaps. I just love them. I love the different scents. I think that the way that they foam onto my hands leaves them clean but not too dry. So I really like them. This one is Peach Bellini. Yeah, anyways, this one's definitely a summer one that we got, but I just recently used it up and I love it. I love that scent. It's actually a scent that I get in candles as well. So there you have it. Little tip for Bath & Body Works, I honestly only buy them when they're like 6 for $20 or something like that. And I know that seems silly, especially if you only have 1 or 2 bathrooms. I have 3. So I have 3 and then I put one in my kitchen. So I need 4 in my house. I highly recommend, even if you only have 1 or 2 bathrooms, to use the 6 for 22 or whatever it may be, because you save so much money and you can just store them. Like they don't go bad. Do they go bad? 12 months. They last 12 months, so why not, you know, just keep them in your closet or whatever it may be and then save some money. That's what I do. Because I remember someone, I can't remember, it might be Shannon, but she was like, you know what, why are you buying so many soaps? Well, this is why, because you're saving money. Anyways, guys, that wraps up the products that I've recently used up. I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know down below if any of these guys caught your eye, if you've tried any of them, had bad experiences, good experiences. Let me know down below. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and of course, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.